Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And let's just get right into this review. So at the very beginning of this episode, Scotty ends up meeting up with all the newbies minus Lex and Ivory because they're back at the house with Natalie. And basically she ends up asking Summer if she's okay after the whole situation with Jasmine, where Jasmine ended up getting her baddies chain, and Summer said that she was fine with it, that she's over it, that she was just upset at the fact that, you know, Scotty gave Jazz the chain because she felt like Lex should have gotten it, and then if she wasn't going to give it to Lex, she felt like she should have been the one to get it instead of Jasmine. And Summer does end up apologizing to Jasmine, telling her that she was sorry for snatching the chain off her neck, and then tried to use the excuse that she was drunk and that's the reason why she did it. Look, I don't think that she can keep using the excuse that she was drunk and that's the reason why she was acting out. I'm sorry, but at some point that excuse ends up running out. If you can't control the way you behave when you drink, then you probably shouldn't drink that much. And also, I didn't think that Jazz should have gotten the chain when she did either. I'm not saying she shouldn't get one at all. I just didn't think that at that moment she should have been the person to get it. However, I did think that it was lame for Summer to snatch the chain off of Jasmine's neck. Now, they also end up having Jaden and Biggie meet up in this episode to try to clear the air with each other. And basically, Jaden said that she was fine with Biggie after the fight that they had. She just didn't want to be cool with her anymore, but she felt some type of way about Biggie storming into the room where she was with her friend and started yelling about how her team and her friends shouldn't be able to be in the house. And basically, Biggie didn't want to hear anything that Jaden had to say. She was trying to say that she felt uncomfortable with Jaden's friend being there because the two of them have beef. However, Jaden made it clear that her friend never said anything to Biggie and they never had any plans of saying anything to her. Biggie just decided to come in there and talk like that to her for no reason. And look, I definitely do feel like Jaden started the beef with Biggie because she involved herself in a situation that didn't have anything to do with her. However, when it came to the situation in the kitchen in the house, I definitely feel like Biggie was doing too much because Jaden literally wasn't doing anything to her but getting her hair and makeup done, so that was completely unnecessary. So basically, the sum of the situation between Jaden and Biggie is that they're not cool, they don't like each other, and the conversation literally went nowhere. Then while Scotty is talking to Summer, all of a sudden Diamond starts talking about the situation that happened on the Sprinter that we did not get to see because obviously the camera stopped rolling at that point. But she basically said that Summer peed on Dolly, and she was trying to make it seem like Dolly just allowed Summer to pee on her and she didn't do anything about it. But Dolly said that it wasn't true, that Summer definitely did pee in a cup and some got on her feet, but it wasn't like she just came out of nowhere and just peed on her. Summer admitted that pee did get on the floor of the bus because she said that she was drunk and she ended up asking the driver to stop so that she can use the bathroom, but the driver would not stop, and so she had to go really bad, so she ended up peeing in a cup and it ended up overflowing in the cup and it spilled on the floor. Now at this point she claims that all the other baddies were on the bus sleeping and some of the pee ended up getting on Dolly's feet, and Dolly did question her about it, but that was about it. Nothing turned physical between the two of them because they're cool with each other. And I do think that it's nasty that Summer peed in a cup on a moving bus and then it overflowed and it got all over the floor. Like, that's absolutely disgusting, especially because all the girls have to be on the bus with each other and then you got it on somebody's feet. Like, that's extremely nasty. I understand her being out drinking will make you have to pee and you're on the bus and the bus should have stopped. However, I still think that's nasty. I'm sorry. I would have had to try to hold it in as best I could because that's just nasty. Then Diamond the Body and Pretty P end up getting into it because remember in last week's episode we ended up finding out that the person who kicked Diamond the Body in the stomach as she was walking outside of the club was actually Pretty P's younger sister. Now Pretty P said that she never told her sister to come there and put her hands on Diamond, and I actually believe that she didn't tell her sister to come there and put her hands on Diamond. However, she definitely did tell her sister that she was beefing with Diamond the Body because why out of all people did her sister go after Diamond? So I definitely do feel like this situation is not over between the two of them. I definitely think they're gonna fight again. So while Natalie, Ahna, Tinkerbella, and Tasiki are all outside having a conversation, Ivory ends up walking outside while they're in the middle of talking about all the drama that the prank caused because obviously Ivory got really upset because Natalie switched the names on the room doors and made it seem like her and Lex were going to be in the same room together, so they started fighting about that situation. And Ivory gets really upset during this conversation because she sees them all laughing about it and she didn't think that it was funny. She told them that they get to sit there and laugh about the prank while her and Lex have to keep fighting each other about it. And while Ivory is having this conversation with them, Lex ends up coming outside and she's wearing shorts, sneakers, and a bonnet, and she's ready to fight. And the reason why she's ready to fight Ivory is because in last week's episode, while they were on the bus on the way to going to the club, Ivory was yelling about how she was going to fight Lex every day, and then she took a drink and she threw it across the bus at Lex, and it hit Lex in the face. So Lex is ready to get her lick back, basically. So she's telling Ivory, come on, let's fight. Come on, let's fight. And Ivory is turning down the fight. She's saying that she does not want to fight Lex. So Lex starts going off about it, saying that she has a reason to put her hands on Ivory since Ivory thought it was cute to throw a drink at her. And at one point, it did seem like Ivory was gonna go fight Lex because she took her wig off like she was gonna go fight, but then it never ended up actually happening. And Ahna just kept getting involved in their business. She kept telling Ivory not to go fight Lex, and it's obvious that she doesn't like Lex and she likes Ivory, but I don't know if she really likes Ivory or she's just trying to stay on Ivory's good side because she doesn't want to have to fight her. But Ivory starts yelling at Lex, telling her that she already beat her up 4 times and she's not about to fight her again, and that when she does decide to fight her, it's going to be on her own time. I don't know where Ivory got the idea that she beat up Lex 4 times though, because I didn't see that. I must have missed it. I didn't see where she beat up Lex. I definitely will give her one of those rounds, but to me, she didn't win anymore. I definitely do feel like the reason why she keeps wanting to fight Lex is because she's not winning the fights against her, and that's the reason why. Because if she was just dogging out Lex, I don't think she would care to fight her again. Now, when Ivory ends up going back into the house, that's when Lex starts telling the OGs that she feels some type of way about them switching the names on the door, and that whoever, switched the names on the door, they're gonna have to fight. And Tasiki tells her that Natalie was the one that did it, and Lex decided that she wasn't gonna fight Natalie, so she said that one of her friends needs to take the fade for her because she's not gonna touch Natalie. And I saw people in the comment section saying that Lex is a dick rider because she didn't want to fight Natalie when Natalie was the one that switched the names on the door. But I don't think that Ivory or Lex are dick riders to Natalie. I just think that neither one of them want to put their hands on Natalie because she's the one that gave them the opportunity on the show. And if they fight Natalie, they probably won't be able to come back on the show anymore. Because remember, Ivory already knew that Natalie was the one that switched the names on the door. Not only did Natalie say she did it herself, but she also was told by Tinkerbella and Diamond the Body in last week's episode, and she refused to believe that Natalie was the one that did it. And I think it's because she doesn't want to fight Natalie either. I think Ivory and Lex do not want to fight Natalie because she's the one that's running the show, and without her, they wouldn't have gotten this opportunity. And then on top of that, they feel like if they fight Natalie, they won't be back on the show anymore. I mean, look what happened to Slim. Look what happened to E.T. So, I mean, they probably still want to be able to be on the show and make their money, and I don't fault them for that. And I know some people are going to say, well, Natalie didn't really admit that she was the one who switched the names on the door because she made it seem like she was taking the blame for everybody and that she wasn't really the one that did it. But no, she admitted that she was the one who did it, but says she was taking the blame for everybody because Lex and Ivory's names weren't the only ones that were switched. Jasmine and Summer's names were put together, and I think Emma and Dolly's names were put together too. The other girls just didn't flip out about it, but I think Ahna and Biggie were the ones switching those other names. So I think she's talking about as a whole, they all played the prank together, which they did because Ahna confirmed it a few episodes ago. She let it slip that they switched all the names on the doors. Now, Rollie is sitting down having a conversation with Akbar and Jayla, and she lets them know that she sent Slim out to run some errands for her, and Slim should be coming back soon. And Slim comes in and she has this little grocery bag, and it's full of snacks, and she gives it to Rollie, and she claims that she wasn't trying to be funny by getting her a bag of snacks, but she definitely was. I definitely feel like Slim is not taking the role as an assistant seriously, nor should she. I wish she would have never accepted the role in the first place. She probably really does need the money, and that's the reason why she's doing it, but I don't think that Rollie should have been able to do this in the first place. I think that Natalie should not have allowed for Rollie to basically be able to bully Slim like that. Then all of a sudden, Dolly, Summer, Jazz, and Emma end up coming to the stairs, and they see that Slim is there, and they start going off at the fact that Slim is there, and Rollie tells them that Slim is supposed to be staying in the house with them, and Slim seems really excited about it, and Summer starts going off on her, telling her that she can't stay. And that was really weird to me because they don't even know Slim. They're just going by the beef that Slim and Rollie have, which they should have stayed out of it, because if you want to be real, Rollie and Slim were both wrong in that situation. Rollie should never have mentioned Slim's father. She shouldn't be mentioning any of Slim's family members, especially because they were beefing, and that's what the conversation was about in the first place. And Slim should not have mentioned Rollie's son. They were both equally wrong in my opinion, so I don't know why everybody is jumping down Slim's throat and not jumping down Rollie's throat too. That's why I feel like everybody should have just minded their business about the situation. Jazz was kind of just standing there, and it was really just Dolly, Summer, and Emma. Mainly Summer. She was going off on Slim for no reason at all, telling her that she couldn't stay. I don't know why Emma was running her her mouth telling Slim that she couldn't stay because these girls were voting Emma out of the house. They didn't even want Emma to stay. Just a few episodes ago, she was on the chopping block to go home. So why she would be jumping on the bandwagon for other girls to say that somebody else shouldn't be able to stay on the show was crazy to me. And I really wanted to like Emma. From the very first episode, I really wanted to like her, but I'm finding it hard to like her after this situation. Summer starts saying that the only way that Slim can stay is if she's gonna be everybody's assistant, and Slim was sitting there going along with it for a second. I'm like, damn it, Slim, just stand up. Like, why are you letting them treat you like this? Like, this is crazy. Like, she probably really does need the money, and I feel bad about that. I feel like she shouldn't have to fight for a spot like this. Like, this is disgusting, the way that they behaved. Like, people said that they did not like BGC 11 because of all the ganging up on people. Well, this situation with Slim definitely gave BGC 11 vibes. However, I find BGC 11 more entertaining because I can actually rewatch that, whereas I would never rewatch this scene with Slim. And then Summer starts talking about she has a problem with Slim because Slim was talking about somebody's child and she has kids. And it's like, girl, well, if you have kids, why are you on the show embarrassing your kids, peeing in a cup on the bus and it's spilling all over the place? Why are you pissing on the bus if you have kids? Because you're gonna embarrass them when their friends see that you're on the show and you're acting like an idiot. So I don't even know why she cared about that situation. So then Slim stands up at this point and she starts crying because she's saying that she wanted to get to know everybody and she doesn't know why she's being told that she can't stay in the house. And then Rollie gets pissed off at this point and she starts telling Slim that she has to leave now because she's not going to make it look like she's bullying her. But Rollie is bullying Slim because at the end of the day, the girl apologized. If you didn't want her to be on the show, you should have just told Natalie no, send her home. Even though I don't think Rollie should have had that power, why keep her on the show just to humiliate her? And then on top of that, it's like she's telling everybody every single episode that Slim is her little assistant and that she's sending her to go fetch stuff for her. So you are looking like a bully on your own, whether Slim cried or not. Now, Slim and Summer end up fighting each other. And look, Summer definitely dominated the fight. She wasn't really fighting good, but she was dominating the fight with Slim because Slim couldn't even get a hit in. Summer was just basically pulling off, you know, Slim's wig, to be honest with you. But I just don't feel like it was necessary for Slim to even be touched. I don't know why Summer did what she did. I know a lot of people say that they like Summer and she's their favorite and she's the star of the season, but I'm not really feeling Summer. I think she's doing too much. But I don't know why Slim allowed Summer to fight her like that and dominate the fight. I don't know why she did that. I think she should have demolished Summer because Summer was doing too much, but she didn't. But she did end up throwing a chair at Summer. She was going off. She was going crazy, and eventually security ended up taking her out of the house. I'm not gonna lie, that whole scene was kind of hard for me to watch because everybody just sat there and allowed that girl to get bullied like that and nobody stepped in and said anything. Rollie was just caring about not looking like a bully, but everybody else just sat there. Like Art Bar sat there, didn't do anything. Jayla sat there and didn't do anything. Like somebody should have said something. Now they're all going to a club in Milwaukee and Ivory lets the new girls know on the bus that she is nervous to get off this bus because there's a lot of girls that want to fight her in Milwaukee and they said that they were going to throw acid on her. And honestly, I feel bad that she even had to have a little bit of fear to even get off the bus to go to the club because people were threatening her. Like, why do people take stuff off a TV show that seriously? Like, we don't know any of these people personally. Whatever they do on the show, you don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. But to try to fight them and threaten to throw stuff at them when they get off a bus to go to a club booking is honestly really weird. Nothing ended up happening to Ivory while she was walking into the club. However, when she was walking out of the club, a few girls snatched her up. Somebody snatched her wig off her head while she was walking onto the bus. And Jaden also almost got her chain snatched off her neck, which was crazy to me. So I just feel like zoo security is absolutely terrible. Like, nobody who's not on the show should be able to touch any of these girls. So the fact that Jaden and Ivory got touched is crazy. Now, Ahna and Tasiki end up going out to lunch with Jaden and Biggie because Ahna is cool with both Jaden and Biggie and she wants the two of them to get along with each other. But at this little meetup, things don't really go well between Biggie and Ahna because Ahna said that Biggie has been acting weird towards her, and Biggie said the reason why she's been acting weird towards Ahna is because she saw Ahna going out shopping with Jaden and she didn't like it. And look, I feel like Ahna should be able to be friends with whoever she wants to be friends with. She don't have no reason to be beefing with Jaden, so she shouldn't have to. I'm not saying she has to be buddy-buddy with Jaden, but she doesn't have to be beefing with her either. And I feel like, you know, Ahna was kind kind of trying to coddle Biggie's feelings a little bit. And Tasiki wasn't really feeling that. She was telling Ahna that Biggie is not a baby and that if she wants to be friends with Jaden, she needs to just say that and just be cool with her because, and to be honest with you, Biggie was being a hypocrite because she's cool with Tommy, but Tommy doesn't get along with Rollie and they were fighting each other at the reunion, yet Biggie made up with Rollie and hugged her and everything, and they've been cool with each other ever since. So I don't understand why Ahna can't do the same thing. Now, Natalie ends up bringing all the girls to the rage room to have a fun activity to do, and basically she ends up telling all the new girls, mainly Summer, that she ended up getting a large bill because they have been being very disgusting on the sprinters. She says that she has video proof of Summer peeing on the bus 4 times, and Summer tries to clear it up and say that she only peed on the sprinter twice, but to me it doesn't matter. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, it's still disgusting and she shouldn't have done it in the first place. Now, Scotty tried to say that it was because the driver wouldn't stop, but Natalie said that she's done this multiple times in a row. I just think it's nasty all the way around. I honestly think that Summer needs to grow up a little bit, and if she can't handle her liquor, she needs to stop drinking. Then Natalie ends up telling them that because there were some replacements last season that didn't get enough shine, she ended up bringing one of them there. And it was Nunu, and obviously they ended up bringing Nunu back because of her beef with Ahna. Now, I will say that Nunu absolutely started the beef with Ahna last season because she put her 2 cents into something that didn't have anything to do with her. Mariah Lynn having an issue with Ahna for fighting her mother had nothing to do with Nunu, and they made up at the point where Nunu ended up confronting Ahna about it. So I definitely feel like she started with Ahna. However, Biggie inserted herself into some drama that didn't have anything to do with her, and she's the one that started with Nunu because I think she ended up jumping into a fight that Nunu was having with, I think, Diamond the Body last season. She got involved in it, and so Nunu has an issue with her too. So Nunu walks in and she's trying to be cool with everybody, and basically Ahna jumps up out of her seat and she throws something at Nunu. So her and Nunu are getting ready to fight, and all of a sudden Biggie comes out of nowhere and she snatches up Ahna and moves her out of the way. And Ahna was pissed off, like she was kind of yelling at Biggie a little bit because it's like, why are you moving her out of the way when she's trying to deal with a beef that she has with somebody? But basically Biggie wanted to fight Nunu because she has beef with her too. So instead of allowing Ahna to fight Nunu first, she decided that she was going to fight Nunu first. So she reaches over and she swings at Nunu while security is holding Nunu back. So at one point, security let go of Nunu, and Nunu started swinging on Biggie. Like, I'm sorry, she was definitely taking over that fight with Biggie, and then all of a sudden, Ahna comes out of nowhere, and while Nunu is swinging on Biggie, she pulls Nunu by her hair. So even though she didn't necessarily get jumped, they still kind of were trying to jump her, because if Nunu is already fighting Biggie, why are you grabbing her by her hair from behind? So to me, they were kind of trying to jump her, even though she didn't fully get jumped. I would say she kind of got tag teamed a little bit, which is still wrong. I'm not saying that it was wrong for Biggie to jump up and fight Nunu, because everybody has been saying that she's a punk and she's constantly ducking fights with people, and this time she had a beef with Nunu, so she decided to handle it. So I'm not mad at her for fighting Nunu. I just think that she should have let Ahna handle her situation with Nunu first instead of coming in and basically pushing Ahna out of the way, because Ahna and Nunu are really the ones that have an actual beef with each other. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Baddies Midwest. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.